Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box, episode 128. Osama bin Lazy. It's slightly later than normal. Apologies for that. But it's time to sum up the game week 9 review, and what a week it was. 4 managers going into the transfer market this week. One of them spending £5 million on an Oi Is Mine tactical gambit, which allowed them to pick a player that already belonged to another family fantasy football league team. And no less than 8 managers achieved personal highest weekly totals in game week 9. There were some big scores, but despite that, the top 7 in the league table remained unchanged. In this edition of Banter in the Box, we have your game week 9 winners and losers, Osama bin Lazy, and a manager of the season update. It's been rolling over all season. 9 manager of the season points were on offer. Did anybody get the who the fuck is that? Your game week 9 winners take a bow. Shrimpers FC manager Stephen Lee climbed 1 place up to 19th with a personal highest weekly total. Steve hasn't been as high as 19th in the league since game week 4. Take a bow also Ostrich Bar Stewards manager Steve Maloney. For the 2nd week running, he's a game week winner. Climbed a place up to the heady heights of 25th with a personal highest weekly total. And that is a season high for Steve Maloney as his fortunes turn around. He was a game week loser last week, but he's bounced back to be a game week winner. 11 Cox manager Simon Hoxby climbed 4 places up to 12th. The biggest climber in game week 9 after a personal highest weekly total, but agonisingly just missed out on the weekly win by virtue of goals scored. And that went to our defending champion, Ontario Grizzlies manager Neil Hatch. First weekly win of the season with 64 points, which was a personal highest weekly total. That saw him climb 2 places up to 10th. You have to go back to game week 2 for the last time a defending champion was as high as 10th in the league. 1 manager of the season point to those chaps. Your game week 9 losers, hide your head in shame. I've got a life manager Mops Hoxby, a game week winner last week. She's a game week loser this week. The biggest fallers in game week 9, dropping 3 places down to 16th, into the bottom half of the table again, Mops. For the 2nd week running, Legends 23 manager Keith Simons is a game week loser. Dropped a place down to 22nd. You have to go back to the 2nd of September last year for the last time Keith was as low as 22nd in the table. Hide your head in shame. It's the 1 season wonder. The big Bostocockless manager Niall Ponsford fell a place down to 11th. The 2nd week running, he's been a game week loser, and in this, his 2nd season in the Family Fantasy Football League, he's never ever been as low as 11th in the table. Last year's runners-up looks like it was just a 1 season wonder, Niall. And the 3rd manager to appear on the game week losers list for a 2nd consecutive week, Norfolk and Chance FC manager Angela Addis, stayed rooted in 27th place, 2nd from bottom. The lowest scorers in game week 9 with just 26 points. Where they had them, 1 manager of the season point lost. Osama bin Lazy. So, I had a message from none other than Benny United manager Mark Benwell this week to tell me that the number 1 rated manager in the Family Fantasy Football League, Arden Diamonds manager Steve Holmes, has been off work for 3 months with a sore thumb. So much so that he thinks Steve lazing about on the couch all day has metamorphosized him into Osama bin Laden. Well, You guys be the judge. This is Mr. Steve Holmes after 3 months recuperating with a sore thumb. That made me laugh, Mark, and that is one manager of the season point to you, my friend. And talking of manager of the season, who the fuck is that? 9 weeks this has been running now. 9 manager of the season points on offer. If you could tell me which current Family Fantasy Football League manager was pictured there. 3 managers had a guess this week. Lyndon's Lovely's manager, Joe Hoxby, thought that it was a picture of No Happy Endings manager, Di Maloney. Benny United manager Mark Benwell and not Hatch United, that was his old name, Ontario Grizzlies manager Neil Hatch, both thought that it was a picture of Lyndon's Lovely's manager Joe. Wouldn't it be embarrassing if Joe guessed somebody else without realising it was a picture of herself? Well, I can reveal one of those answers was correct. It was a picture of No Happy Endings manager Di Maloney. It was so easy. So that is 9 manager of the season points to Lyndon's Lovely's manager Joe Hoxby, which means the manager of the season table looks like this. Simon Hoxby climbs to joint 14th for being a Game Week 9 winner. Ontario Grizzlies manager Neil Hatch climbs to clear 13th for being a Game Week 9 winner. Benny United manager Mark Benwell climbs to 9th for getting the manager of the season point for sending me the Osama bin Lazy story. Niall Ponsford and Angela Addis dropped to joint 11th on 11 points for being Game Week 9 losers. Mops Hoxby drops to 5th for being a Game Week 9 loser. Stephen Lee goes clear 2nd for being a Game Week 9 winner. But it is Joe Hoxby, a former manager of the season, who has gone 4 points clear at the top of the manager of the season table after picking up those 9 manager of the season points. So, we start all over again. Who the fuck is that? It is a current Family Fantasy Football League manager. And if you can tell me who it is, you will get 1 manager of the season point. That's it for this week. Take care, everyone. Next week's Banter in the Box will be later than usual. I say later than usual. This one's late. It'll probably be even later than this one. So be patient next weekend. Take care.